How are you doing today, ma?
I'm very fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing well, thank you so much. Could we just meet you? Can you tell us a bit about yourself, your name, where you come from, where you live, what you do for a living, or anything you want us to know about you?
Okay. My name is Fumilayo Onajobi. I live in Ikorodu, Lagos State. Well, I am on the way to retiring. Well, I retired from Ife actually, from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, some years back. Then I took up a contract job at Babcock University, Elisha. I am rounding up my contract job at Babcock University just now. So in a month or two, I'll be fully retired.
That's so beautiful, ma. That's really great to hear. So, for the Melharmonic Virtual Hymn Chorus, how did you get to find out about the group? How did you get to hear about it? And for how long have you been a part of the Melharmonic Virtual Hymn Chorus?
Okay. Actually, I learned about the Melharmonic Virtual Hymn Chorus last November. On the 10th of November, I think, a friend sent me one of the video productions of uh, the MVHC. It was uh, God is working His purpose out as He has succeeded to years. After listening to this, I said, wow, this is really fantastic. To think that one could get a virtual singing, that one get virtual singing to be so harmonious. I mean, I thought it was, if, what I thought at that time, that it was made by Zoom. It was a Zoom video. I said, well, this is really fantastic. And my friend said, oh, I knew you would like it because you've always singing, especially when there's a discount. Uh, when I was young, I used to sing discount. Though I now sing also in my old age. So I then and then decided that, oh, well, this is the group for me, especially since that I was looking that to keep it on retirement because, well, kind of somebody just doesn't like to sit down, uh, not doing much. So I thought this is wonderful. So, uh, so I decided I was going to join the group. So I think it was on the 22nd November 2020. I contacted the director on WhatsApp asking, okay, how do I join the MVHC? Is there an age limit, etc., etc.? After a brief chat, the director just opened the door of MVHC and let me in. So for the past 5 months, I've been with
Wow.
this group.
That is so beautiful to hear, ma. It's so encouraging, so wonderful, and we're so glad to have you as a part of us. So, ma, how has it been so far? Could you share your experiences? How,
You.
from the beginning, from when you started up till now, all you've gone through, learning and everything? We'd just like to hear how far you've grown and everything, your experiences so far.
Well, I have enjoyed being with this group. Although I must say it's hard work. Initially, when I was going to join, I thought Wow, a virtual choir will be stress-free since I don't have to go for choir practices. Little did I know that learning a new hymn and recording this within a brief period, since the time given, the deadline was usually short, so it was not easy. It was rather stressful. But I will say that this is joyful stress because I always enjoy the outcome. Because when everything has been put together and I hear the whole song, everybody playing singing their part, I really love it. So I have enjoyed being with this group and playing my part there.
Wow, joyful stress. I picked that up. That is so nice to hear. Joyful stress, that's a new one. So, since you mentioned that, could you state or could you specify on some of the challenges you faced, maybe in the recording, in the learning, any challenge you faced during your time in the Melharmonic Virtual Hymn Chorus? So, we just want to hear some of the challenges.
Okay, I've enjoyed the learning stage most because I've always enjoyed learning new things. I've always been excited by learning new things. As for challenges, my greatest challenge has been with the recording. I tried initially to record during the there's always so much noise around me. Well, okay, there is it's a little bit of noise from the fan. So initially, I went around the whole house. Okay, which uh, which fan was the best to give me the least noise? Well, that was more easily settled. But outside noise, I live in a place where traffic is all over the place. Hooting, uh, going over the bong, boo, all the time. So I decided it was better to record at night. But even at night, trailers ply this road where I live 24/7. Apart from that, there is a church just next door to me. That church, the fence of my house is just what is between our house and the church. And this church operates night vigil virtually every day. They will soon start out of today, to be sure. So I have to sort of wiggle between these times, okay, at night, but not too late, etc., etc. But I must say that within me, I also have a little problem because when I'm recording, I make mistakes. Sometimes I import words that are not there because in an effort to try and look up and not look at the music all the time, I sometimes make mistakes in words. Then also sometimes in the music notes. And whenever that happens, well, it's begin again. I just have to go and start all over. So I find myself recording far into the night. Nevertheless, by the time I finish it, I enjoy the whole thing. Because as I said, when the whole thing comes out later, then I don't remember all the stress I will have gone through. And occasionally, when we are given a hymn task, I mean to take part, but maybe some other matters here and there. For example, I'm just uh, returning finally from Babcock. So occasionally, students have exams. Scripts have to be marked and turned in time. And occasionally, You may have what you call home affairs. A good friend may be celebrating an 80th birthday or a 70th or whichever. One has to be there with all that. One may not have enough time to learn and record. So occasionally, I miss out on the hymn task. But as much as possible, I try to always participate because I derive great joy in learning and recording these hymns, and especially when the whole thing is produced.
Wonderful to hear you. Every time you have a hymn task, it's usually encouraging and it's exciting to see you every time, and it encourages with the younger ones. And I'm glad to hear so many things that you've said this evening. And despite all the challenges, the fact that you always come through, the fact that you still get to record, and that despite always is good to hear for all the songs maybe you've done or maybe you've heard the Melharmonic Virtual Hymn Chorus do. So we just want to hear a few of your favorite songs, so a few of your favorite hymns that we've done so far, and we'd just like to hear the reason why you love whichever song you choose.
Okay, of all the hymn tasks that we have had since I joined 5 months ago, two hymns stand out for me. These are Our God Reigns and, excuse me, and Wonderful, okay, Wonderful Works of God. Sorry, Wonderful Grace of Jesus. Yes, I love these two hymns because anytime I sing them, because I always enjoy singing around the house, always humming, they lift up my spirit. Besides, the grace of God has been very abundant in my life, all through my life, and I am still enjoying the grace of God always. This is why I love these songs.
Yes, our God wins. I'm glad that these songs personally speak to you and encouraged each and every one of us. So you mentioned one of your statements, or how you message the director, how you go um, know him. So it's obvious you didn't know him prior to this time. So how has been the your relationship with the director been in
Well,
general?
I really thank God. I really thank God for for the for the director's vision and mission. I never knew him. I've never met him, but since I joined, it's as if I know him. I mean, just like my one of my alto leaders, as if I know her. We never seen face to face apart from talking. But I think the director, I really thank God for him. He's so amiable, because I remember in my younger days, my my choir masters. When it's okay, the choir masters, they can be gentle while you are still practicing. But when it came to rehearsal time, they were usually very harsh. Any little note missed somewhere, I mean, they would raise their voices at you. This happened when I was in primary school, in secondary school, in the university. So, but uh, with this our director, even when we make mistakes, he corrects us gently in a very, very friendly manner. So I think it's wonderful. I really thank God. I really thank God on his behalf, and I pray that the Lord will continue to uphold him and strengthen in this task of leading the virtual chorus. I know that it's easy with other choirs. I just don't know how he does it. But the Lord continue to give him the grace to do so. Then the engineers who put our individual recordings, to put them together with all little mistakes here and there, and they are still able to put them together to get this fantastic harmony. Well, I think they are marvelous. How do they do it? I mean, it's amazing. It's really amazing. And I also have to thank our leaders. Well, especially our alto leaders, since I sing the alto. I mean, they are always ready to help. Anything they bring out are the voice notes for us. Without them, some of us, and especially me, will spend ages learning the hymn task. You know, at school I learned some reading music. I learned it a bit. By the time I got to the university, well, university didn't allow me to do much learning, but I joined the university choir. In that choir, most of the others were students who were studying music, so reading the notes was no problem for them. Now, what I used to do when I used to sing with them, okay, I could know when notes were going up or going down, but the rest, I just spied with my ears from my from my neighbors, and that way, I was able to get along very, very well with them. But this virtual singing, I mean, without, but by now, I mean, it's a long time since I've been in such a choir. Okay, when I was working at OAU, I was also a member of various choral groups. But usually at that time, we didn't have to use those much. So without these leaders, these technical leaders, uh, guiding us on the voice note, and some of us will really spend ages learning our part. So I'm really very grateful to our leaders, especially our also leaders. May God continue to uphold them all. And it's been good being in this group. You just, even though you never see one another, you just feel that you are a family. So we are becoming a global family, and I pray that we continue to do so.
Okay, so on the final note, do you have any other thing to say? Any words of advice,
Are you able to hear me? All
encouragement
those.
to both members and even viewers or anybody out there?
Okay. Well, in the first place, I'm happy being in this group, and I think we are uh, serving the Lord by singing praises to Him, even though we are at different places, and we have become a global family. I would suggest that even after the pandemic, because the virtual group was set up, I think, on the exigencies of COVID-19. It brought about a lockdown. However, I would want the MVHC to continue even after the pandemic. I'm sure we are all praying that the pandemic ends soon. So I suggest that we still continue because, as I said, we have become a global family, singing praises to God and ministering to others through our singing. I have a testimony on this. About 2 months ago, a friend of the family uh, sent a chat to me on WhatsApp to say, "This, can you suggest a hymn for a grandmother who has just lost a granddaughter? A kind of consoling hymn." Immediately, I sent her one of the MVHC recordings. I think precisely it was the production of I Need Thee Every Hour, Most Gracious Lord. So when this friend got it, he said, "Could you give me more?" So within the next 2 days, I sent her 5 MVHS productions. My friend's remark was, "Thank you very much. I enjoyed listening to those hymns from the MVHC." So from then on, now and then, I sent her one or two of her productions. So I think we are serving the purpose that through these songs we are ministering to people. And I just pray that we can continue to do so. Well, another suggestion that I will have is that, well, we are a virtual choir. However, I think if those of us who live not too far from one another, like say in the same town or in towns that are not far from one another, that we could arrange to meet occasionally. I have a feeling this will strengthen the bond between this family, this MVHC family. I think it will be great. So I'm happy to be a part of this anniversary. So I wish us all a very happy anniversary, and I wish us all very abundant blessings from God. I pray that whatever problem each of us may have, because there's hardly anybody without a problem, that the Lord that we sing to will solve all these problems. In Jesus' name.
Really, there's hardly anything better than the physical bond, and I'm sure the director will work towards getting that in place. So, thank you so much, Ma, for joining us this evening. It's always a pleasure seeing you minister alongside with us. And as I said earlier, it's always encouraging. It challenges us to do better. It uplifts us seeing you. And we just pray that God will give you more strength, greater strength. God will strengthen you, uphold you, and guide you in all your ways, in your career and in everything that surrounds you and your family and everything. Thank you once again. Thank you very much, Professor Fumilayo Onajobi. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank, thank you.
And
Thank you very much. I'm very
from me
glad
along,
meeting you.
I say good night. Have a really nice
Thank you.
rest.
And I
And
wish you all
thank
a
you,
happy
and God bless
anniversary.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Happy anniversary to
You are blessed in
Happy
Jesus'
Us. We
name.
look forward to having you more. Maybe take a solo, a duet, or any other thing.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, I hope so. I hope so. If my voice will still be good enough for such, we shall see. Thank you very much. Thank you.
It will. It will. The Lord will strengthen it.